Hello everyone, I'm Gorakh Kumar Yadav. I'm here to discuss some relevant topics, some popular topics about the Python programming language. And before discussing this language, we try to understand some limitations of C, C++, and before coming to this Python programming language, it is very important to understand those limitations, whatever exist into the C language. First of all, C is a low level language and it has the very tedious syntax, complex syntax, because if you are beginner and go for the programming into the C and writing the C language, so it is very rare to understand the rich libraries, to access those libraries, to remember and to learn those libraries. It is very important, but it is very tedious at when you are a beginner. And another thing is that if constructor call itself and if you assign a value of the variable, then returns some value. But if you doesn't assign a value to the variables, then what will return? If you compile those code into the C, what will return? It's a return a garbage value. Okay, and it's a loss of memory and reduction of the processing. Okay, now another thing is this: the exception handling. When it comes into the C language, it is very important and very tough to find out those exception handlings. Okay, and another is thing, if you minimize that program, it is platform dependent program. You cannot run the code in a open source mode. Okay, but when come to the C++, it also has the some drawbacks features. Okay, because it creates a lot of runtime errors, it creates a lot of exceptions. The threading concept doesn't include into the C++ like Java and Python programming. These things are creating more complications and implications for the programmer, because a lot of redundancy has come and code reusability is enhanced very rapidly. In that case, in 1991, a researcher, a programmer, Guido van Hussein, developed a very convenient language, and the name of this language is the Python programming language. And today it is the more popular and trending topics because of tech giants like Amazon, Netflix, Tesla. These companies are using this language at the very fast level. So why these programmers are using this language? Because first of all, it has a very user friendly and platform independent language. So why it is platform independent? Because if you go to the execute the files at any platforms like Windows, Macintosh, Linux, Unix, whatever you want to run the execute the file, so it is very open source. You can easily download the source code. It is very free, and C++ has the object-oriented programming language, not fully object-oriented programming language, but Python programming is a pure object-oriented programming language, like inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, abstraction. All these features are very important when used into the Python programming language. So nowadays, Python is not only a language, it's a programmer's choice, because when you move into the advanced technology like machine learning, artificial intelligence, natural language processing, robotics, and the various fields like pattern recognition, like computer networks, like system administration, even database handling also. It includes a lot of features. That's why it is going very rapidly, and the CAGR of this language is going very, very high in comparison to other languages. So now we're talking about the memory management. If you use the Kellogg malloc functions, free function into the C, and come to the Python programming language, it manages the memory at the runtime and doesn't need to the programmers understand, that doesn't need to programmers write the code when using this language. So in this case, it is very rich libraries. When you use the automation, when you use the artificial intelligence, when you use the data analytics, data science, like rich library, TensorFlow, Keros, Django, these kind of leverage, when you need to call those and use this in the very frequent way. So now come to the point. C is a procedural language. C is a low level language. But when you use the Python programming, Python is a very high language, high level language, and it is the integrated language. It means you can integrate these languages with C, C++, Java, and further you can use this code into the Python programming. Extensible language is also. Why is it extensible language? Means that other language like C, C++ can be used to compatible, used to compile the code. Thus, it can be used further in a Python code. Now, so Python is not a language. Python is just a trend for the programmers. Python is just a trend for the developers, because it's a very developer friendly, very, very programmer friendly. So we can say that Python manages the memory at the runtime itself. So it is very convenient, very easy to understand, and it holds the feature of C, C++, and Java. And we can say that Python is a procedural as object-oriented programming language. So finally we can say that Python undoubtedly the most popular language at present, and it's derive a very useful insights and grow your business very rapidly. So that's all for now. Till then, keep learning and see you in the next class. Thank you.